In my last video, I ranked the top 10 rookies from the 2021-2022 NBA season. And in that video, I said that in my next video, which is this one, I would tell you guys why I think Scottie Barnes is better than Evan Mobley, because I had Scottie Barnes as the best rookie this season, which is obviously a little bit controversial. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the two players, and I will be doing a side-by-side comparison to prove why I think Scottie Barnes is the best rookie this season. Please note that this is not me hating on Evan Mobley. I think he is a really good player with a lot of potential, but I'm just trying to prove a point for the video. With that being said, let's get right into it. In order to compare the two, I'm going to be using a point system that will be rewarding a point to whoever has the edge in that statistic. So for example, scoring, rebounding, playmaking, etc. Whoever has the most points at the end of the video wins. This is kind of a comparison video where I'm going over both sides of the argument, but keep in mind that I have a point to prove, and that is Scottie Barnes being better than Evan Mobley. First, let's take a look at the two player statistics side by side. As you can see, Scottie Barnes is the better scorer of the two, but it's really close. Scottie's averaging 15.5 points per game, while Mobley's averaging 15.3 points per game. Even though it's such a close margin, I would still give it to Scottie because he's much more versatile on offense and can score from more places, while Mobley kind of scores mostly in the paint. Evan Mobley gets the rebounding edge. He's averaging 8.3 rebounds per game, while Scottie's averaging 7.7 rebounds per game. But I am going to give the offensive rebound edge to Scottie Barnes because he is averaging 2.6 offensive rebounds per game, while Mobley's averaging 2.1 offensive rebounds per game. Scottie Barnes also has the playmaking edge. Evan Mobley's averaging 2.6 assists per game, while Scottie Barnes is averaging 3.4 assists per game. On top of it, Scottie Barnes is also averaging less turnovers per game, so he gets a point there too. Scottie Barnes averages more steals, and Evan Mobley averages more blocks. Mobley is more efficient from the field, shooting 50.5% from the field, while Scottie shoots 49.4% from the field. And this is mostly because Mobley is a much better inside scorer and can do more in the paint. However, Scottie Barnes is much more efficient from 3 and from the free throw line. He is a much better overall outside scorer, so he gets a point for outside scoring, while Mobley gets one for inside scoring. In terms of defense, I'm going to give the perimeter defense point to Scottie Barnes, and I'm going to give the interior defense point to Evan Mobley. I think that's pretty fair. So now that I have looked at their statistics giving points for various stats, here is a look at the points so far. Scottie Barnes currently leads 7-4. You can see Scottie Barnes' points on where he got them from, and you can see where Evan Mobley got his points from. But this video is not over yet because I still have some more points to give out. I will now look at both of their play styles side by side to give out some more points that may not be shown on the stat sheet. So let's start off with Scottie Barnes because that is who the video is mainly about. Scottie is one of the most versatile players in the league. He can do a little bit of everything and essentially doesn't have many weaknesses. Like I already said, he is a much more versatile scorer because he doesn't just operate in the paint. He can work in the paint, but he can also hit the mid-range and three-point shot at a decent level. His shooting isn't great, but from the start of the season to now, it has drastically improved. Finishing off Scottie Barnes' offensive game, he's an absolutely amazing playmaker for his position and has amazing IQ for his age. He has the ability to run an offense and is kind of a point forward. IQ like this cannot be taught, which makes Scottie Barnes so valuable. He does a good job of taking the offensive load off of Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam and can work both off and on the ball, which adds on to his offensive versatility point that he received earlier. His IQ on both ends of the floor is very good. Lots of his baskets come from him being very aggressive down low, and he doesn't always need a play drawn up for him to succeed, which adds on to his offensive versatility. Scottie is also a hustler. He's always diving for loose balls and putting his body on the line, and he is also always has active hands. Believe it or not, I haven't even gone over Scottie's best attribute yet, which is his defense, which I'll now go to now. Scottie is a very versatile defender and can guard positions 1 to 5. He has a huge wingspan and active hands, along with good lateral quickness and hustle. All of this makes up an elite defender. That is a look at Scottie Barnes' playstyle, and if you haven't been keeping track of the points that I just added on now, you'll see at the end of the video which points he gained through the playstyle. Now let's go over Evan Mobley's playstyle, and then wrap up the video by going over the points one more time. On offense, Evan Mobley is also very good, don't get me wrong, but his offensive game is limited. Sure, he can shoot the mid-range and 3-ball well, but for the most part, he goes down low in the paint for an easy basket and doesn't shoot many jumpers. He does a good job of boxing out opponents and grabbing lots of rebounds. He actually would be averaging more rebounds per game if he wasn't on a tall Cavaliers team stealing rebounds from him. Moving on to his defense. Like Scottie Barnes, this is where he really excels. He has amazing interior defense and does a great job of contesting shots. His electric blocks are so fun to watch, and overall, he has really helped this Cavaliers team, being a lob threat on offense and a go-to defender on defense. I think that Evan Mobley has a bigger impact on his team than Scottie Barnes because he has completely shifted this Cavaliers defense for the better. Also, he's much more athletic and overall just has a slightly better build than Scottie Barnes, in my opinion. So now, to wrap up this video, let's take a look at the points. Taking a look at Evan Mobley's side, he has the edge on inside scoring, interior defense, defensive rebounding, he has a better body and a better build / frame, and he has more impact on his team. In total, Evan Mobley finished with 5 points for the video. Taking a look at Scottie Barnes, he has points on both offensive and defensive versatility, outside scoring, playmaking, hustle, perimeter defense, steals, IQ, offensive rebounding, and less turnovers. All in all, Scottie Barnes wins 10-5, which proves my point as to why I believe that Scottie Barnes is a bit better than Evan Mobley and is the best rookie of the draft class this year. It's not just me being biased. That is pretty much the end of the video, but before I do the outro, please know that this is just my opinion. If you think Mobley's better, that's completely fine with me. I 100% respect your opinion. I disagree, but I respect it. Please do the same to me. Respect my opinion that Scottie Barnes is better. You can disagree, but don't disagree in a rude way in the comments. But that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.